Hi, loves. Welcome back to Designed for More. Can you believe how much we've already traveled through together this season? We've looked at who you really are, what alignment feels like, what it doesn't feel like, and how your emotions and energy are constantly giving you feedback. And today, we're beginning a new chapter. Because human design isn't just about understanding yourself in theory. At least that's not what I'm interested in. It's about how you move through the world. It's about the moment to moment choices that either keep you in your head, trying to figure life out, or that bring you back into your body, into your energy, and into alignment. And that's what this series on strategy is all about. Now, when you hear the word strategy, you probably think of a business plan or a step by step roadmap, something that your mind makes and then execute. Because that's what the world has taught us to believe that strategy is. But in human design, strategy means something else entirely. It's not about your mind at all. It's about your energy. It's about how your body is naturally designed to engage with life. One of the most empowering things about human design to me was the mirror that helps us to remember that we don't need to search for it. We don't need to go looking for it. We don't need to study it. We don't need to outsource it to something external. We don't need to figure it out. We are it. We are designed to be it. It is us. It is our body. Our clarity, our direction, how we co-create with the universe, how we open up to alignment and to flow, how we put ourselves on the path of least resistance, which is the path of our greatest joy, the path of our greatest abundance, the path of our greatest pleasure, the path of our greatest fun. It unfolds in the wisdom of our body. And if we can learn to trust ourselves, to trust our body, to trust its wisdom, and to move toward it, then we will be free. And this is what so many of us are looking for. Nearly everyone that comes to me, that comes to human design more broadly, is more or less looking to feel and be free. And I want to be honest with you and say that for most of us, this isn't easy. It's simple, but the simple things are usually not easy. And strategy itself requires something radical. Learning to trust your body again, maybe even for the first time. Let's think about how we were raised. Most of us were taught, directly or indirectly, that our bodies weren't trustworthy, that you needed to make good decisions with your head, that if you wanted to be successful, you had to plan, you had to figure it out, you had to know what you were doing at all times. Maybe you even heard things like, don't be so emotional, be more logical, be rational, don't just sit there, do something. You were maybe praised for being smart, for being disciplined, or for pushing through. And meanwhile, our bodies were always speaking, always giving us signals, a gut pulling you towards something, or the thrill of being recognized, the rise and fall of your emotional clarity, or a sense of being in the right place or with the right people. But we learn to override all of this, which is crazy. So many of us spend decades making decisions with the mind, myself included, choosing careers, partners, houses, opportunities, and then wondering why it feels like so much effort, or why we keep ending up in our signs of misalignment like frustration, bitterness, anger, or disappointment. But this is where strategy comes in. This modality offers us a precious gift. Strategy, in my opinion, is the most practical piece of human design, and I love human design for its practicality. It's the way back. It's the part of the experiment that says, what if I trusted my body instead of my mind? What if I let my energy show me the way? Radical, right? And let me be clear. It's not that the mind is the enemy. Your mind is brilliant. I love my mind. It's here to imagine, to communicate, to share, to make sense of my life experience. It's an incredible outer authority for others, but it's not built to be your inner compass. When we put the pressure of decision making on the mind, well, then it gets loud, anxious, and confused. Whereas when we let the body lead, the mind can relax into its true role: storyteller, teacher, witness. Not the driver, but the narrator of the ride. And this is where strategy comes alive, because strategy shows you what it actually looks like to let the body lead. Well, let's ground this in real life, not just concept or not just theory. So let's take examples of different parts of our life. Maybe in business, the mind says, make a plan, stick to the timeline, push through. You set goals because they look smart on paper. You convince yourself that if you just hustle harder, you will eventually make it happen. But what that feels like is heavy, forced, like swimming upstream, fighting the current. You feel yourself pouring energy into something that doesn't want to move, and we pride ourselves in that. But let's compare that to what happens when you let your energy lead. Maybe you noticed a question that lights you up, or a collaboration that excited your whole body. Maybe people start asking you about something and you feel that sacral spark. That's the moment that you move. And when you do, it's like catching a wave instead of swimming upstream. And that current carries you. You're not pushing water uphill anymore. You're being propelled forward by something bigger than you. And that's the powerful difference between mind strategy and energetic strategy. One drains, the other flows. Or let's look at relationships. The mind might say, prove yourself, work harder, make them see you, convince them to value you. So you chase recognition, you try to control timing, you bend yourself out of shape, out of you, just to be chosen and to stay safe. But what that feels like in the body? Tight, exhausting, like pouring energy into a bottomless pit, like simply just not you, contorted somewhere else. But when you honor your strategy, the experience is completely different. You recognize that genuine recognition can't be forced, that the right invitations, the right acknowledgments, the right timing land with ease. So you don't prove yourself to be worthy of them. And when it does happen, your whole body exhales. You feel met, seen, valued, received, without the exhaustion. Or in creativity, the mind might say, be consistent, create and stick to your schedule just to make it happen. You sit down because you should, and you stare at a blank page or push yourself through. But your body knows when your inspiration is alive. I can't sit down and record these podcasts until I feel it. Or said another way, I could, but you wouldn't feel my energy. And my energy is my currency. It's my gift. It's my devotion. So when I feel the pull, the yes, when I follow that moment, the creativity flows through me and I hope into you. I don't squeeze it out of myself. It pours, because at the end of the day, I, you, we are the channels. We're simply the channels, the temple. Our body is the temple for life force, for energy, for source to move through us, for love to express itself. So the difference here is huge. One feels like pressure. It feels flat. The other feels to me, to you, like aliveness, because it is. This is what strategy is really about. It's not about doing nothing. It's not about waiting passively. Strategy is the path of least resistance. It's how you actually get in flow, not by hacking your habits or downloading another productivity app or optimizing your schedule to death. Because flow doesn't come from the mind. Flow comes from the body. from letting your energy move the way it was designed to. That's why strategy is so powerful. It's not another hack. It's not another set of rules. It's alignment in action. Here's what I really want you to hear. Strategy isn't about being perfect. It isn't about getting it right every single time. It's about remembering that your body can be trusted. And most of us have never actually felt safe to trust our own body. We've been taught to second guess it, to override it, or to apologize for it. So strategy is the path back to trust. And that's no small thing. It's an experiment of saying, I don't have to figure this all out with my mind. I can trust that my body knows the way. And when you do that, life feels so different. There's more ease, more flow, more of the signature experiences for your type: satisfaction, success, peace, surprise. And that's what this is really about. So as we step into this series on strategy, I invite you to hold this in your heart. Strategy isn't a rule book. It's not another thing for your mind to figure out or to perfect. It's about remembering how to let your body lead. And when your body leads, life flows. Over the next few episodes, we're going to explore exactly what this looks like for each energy type. We'll dive deep into what it means to respond as a generator or manifesting generator, what waiting for the invitation actually means, and maybe most importantly, what it doesn't, to inform for a manifester and to move with the moon for a reflector. But for now, simply notice. Notice where you're still defaulting to the mind, trying to control, to plan, to push. And then notice the signals from your body in those moments. Because your strategy is not something you have to invent. It's already alive in your aura, already encoded in your energy, already waiting for you to remember it. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.